So what sensitivity should you be running in the new Warzone 2.0? Should it be high? Should it be low? Or should you be like the OG Warzone 1 days in Rebirth where people were playing on 2020 SENS, snorted G Fuel and thought they were the best of the world, flicking everybody? Well, let me tell you something. If you're playing with high sensitivity in Warzone 2.0, it's actually making you a worse player. And I'm about to tell you why. And as well, special shout out to my newest members who give me a huge extra support to the channel. And you can become one for as low as 99 cents a month. Link is in the description. So why does playing with high sensitivity actually make you a worse player? Well, I've got 4 simple answers for that. Number 1 is going to be, why do you want to use high sensitivity, right? In the old war zones or in general. Number 1 is going to be because a lot of people say if they're shooting at them from behind, they want to be able to turn that camera around and being the dude that's behind it, right? That's pretty much one of the main reasons, right? Like if I'm playing on low sensitivity, I really don't have enough time to turn around of enemies that aren't in my area of sight. Now, I'll tell you why you don't need this in Warzone 2.0. And the answer is pretty simple. The TTK is insanely fast that 99.9% of the times, you really don't have enough time. I mean, if that dude is shooting at you first, most likely is you are going to be dead. Yes, there may be some instances that maybe the guy shoots you, misses a couple times, and maybe he's using like a bad gun and you're being a little girl and you got the RPK, right? So you just turn around and beam the dude with the RPK. That can happen. But the majority of the times, if that guy is also being a little girl and using RPK, he's a decent player. 9 out of 10 times, you will not win that gunfight. TTK is just so fast that if he shoots first, you'll die first. Number 2, why we wanted to use high sensitivity, and in the previous ones was also to prevent people from breaking the cameras, right? In Warzone 1, it was all about breaking cameras, right? Going through doors, steaming to get that extra boost, and then being in their camera, going back, hiding, and doing all these moves and slide cancellings again to make that enemy break the camera, right? So he doesn't have an idea where you are. And that actually did happen. Like, for example, if you were playing with anything like maybe less than 12 sensitivity in Warzone 1, and let's say you're aiming at the ladder above you and somebody dropped, or you're looking at a door and somebody just zipped past that door, if you were playing with the lower sensitivity, it was fairly hard to, catch that guy that just ran past you. I mean, one of the only ways was really just try to drop shot and turn around as you're doing it. But playing on lower sensitivities, it was actually pretty hard. But again, why is this going to kill you in Warzone 2.0? Well, because you can't do that anymore. Stims don't give you an extra boost. People are running super fast anymore. You can't run while plating anymore. Reloading your gun, you can't cancel the reload anymore. So the movement has been significantly decreased. Again, and I have not had any instance. Again, I have played this game since the start when Warzone 2.0 came out. I played this game 8 hours a day, and I have not had the once in my entire time playing somebody break the camera on me because he just zipped past me very fast. Again, because of the lack of movement, you won't have to worry about really anybody breaking your camera. So again, that is why you won't need it. And this leads me into answer number 3. People also wanted to play with the high sensitivities because it will also allow you to track those enemies a lot easier if you were the one breaking cameras, right? Like if you were the one going through doors, if you were the one going up and down and flying a lot all over the place, then you would want to have high sensitivity, because if you had a low sensitivity, then it didn't matter if you were moving really fast because, well, you can track your target fast enough. But again, there is no movement in this one. There is no speed boost. There is nothing. So since you can't break cameras, well, in that case, there is no need to have the high sensitivity. And the final reason, a lot of people say that they like to play with high sensitivity, because they can flick enemies even if they are in direct line of sight. Like if they can see them in their screen, they like to be flicking enemies. But let me tell you that doesn't really come down to the sensitivity, to the high sensitivity in general. You can play with sort of 9.9 sensitivity, 7.7 sensitivity, but if you have a high ADS sensitivity, which again is the sensitivity while you're ADSing on sites, if you have a pretty high one, you really don't need to play on 2020 sensitivity to acquire that. And if you guys have noticed, and if you guys have been playing Modern Warfare 2, obviously a lot of people have been complaining about the lack of movement, the lack of breaking cameras. And what has this game become? This game has become holding angles, right? Pre-aiming first, playing a little bit smarter, right? Not rushing enemies, because obviously you can't run while plating. You can't stim out of situations. So everything is a lot more tactical in this game. And what happens when everything becomes a little bit more tactical, where TTK is insanely fast? What happens? Well, the number 1 most important thing in this game when it is about winning gunfights is actually your aim. That is going to be the number 1 thing. If you can beam people from far away, even if they're close range as well, if you can hit your shots, Again, because that TTK is so fast and there is really no movement whatsoever that you can use, aiming is the most important thing. And we can all agree that, especially again, I'm really talking about controller players here, the lower that sensitivity, like if you play around 6.6, 5.5, 7.7, anywhere around that, you will have ultimately the best aim possible, right? Better aim than somebody that plays on 2020 sensitivity. And I know there's a lot of people out there that say, no, I play on 2020 sensitivity and my aim is amazing. No, it's not. No, it's not. Trust me, I have seen so many people play on 2020 sensitivity. Again, I played with all my viewers and everything like that. Even when you're watching the quote unquote, famous people that play on 2020 sensitivity, their aim is really not that good. Nothing compared against somebody that is going to have that lower sensitivity. It is just not going to be even close. And one of the most important things is going to be consistency. Yes, if you play on 2020 sense and super high sense, maybe once in a while you're going to hit those nasty snipes or things like that. But most of the time, you are not going to be hitting. Somebody that is very good with that lower sensitivity aim and is consistent with those shots is going to be a significantly better player than that person that plays on high sensitivity and gets those lucky shots or gets those, super flicks against an enemy that potatoes every single shot. So overall, this is why I believe having a lower sensitivity in Warzone 2.0 will greatly improve your skills and you will eventually start getting more kills. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think. Peace out. I'll see you all in the next one.